Hey everybody, it's Christopher. Welcome back to CNN, your crypto news entertainment network. And today we're talking about artificial intelligence and the AI stack, especially because Accenture just became part of the Hedera Governing Council. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So, artificial intelligence is rapidly becoming embedded in systems that run society. From healthcare decisions and financial infrastructure to supply chains and government operations, AI is no longer experimental, it is becoming foundational. Companies like Anthropic are building increasingly advanced models designed to power these systems. But as its role expands, a critical problem emerges. We do not actually know if we can trust what this AI is doing. This is not because AI lacks capability. In many cases, it is incredibly powerful. The issue is that most AI systems operate as black boxes. They produce outputs, but there is very little ability to verify how those outputs were generated, whether the data was altered or whether the model itself was compromised. In low risk environments, this may be acceptable because who cares? They're not going to lose money or anything. But in regulated industries and public sector use cases, it creates a fundamental trust gap. And to solve this, a new kind of architecture is beginning to form, one that connects companies like Anthropic, Intel, Dell, EQTY Labs, Hedera Hashgraph, and Accenture into a cohesive system designed to make AI verifiable. Each of these organizations plays a specific role. Together, they form something much larger, a full stack framework for artificial intelligence. So, getting into it now, before any system can verify AI, there must be, oh my goodness. Before any system can verify AI, there must first be AI to verify. This is where companies like Anthropic come in. Anthropic develops large scale AI models designed to perform complex reasoning, generate language, and support decision making across enterprise and public sector environments. These models are responsible for interpreting data, generating outputs, and making decisions that can directly impact real world outcomes. However, even if a model is designed with safety in mind, a fundamental limitation remains. Its behavior cannot be independently verified once it is deployed. A model or a company may claim that its model is aligned, unbiased, or secure, but without a system of verification, those claims rely on trust rather than proof. This is the gap that the rest of the stack is designed to solve. Moving on to the next layer of the stack. Oh, not that layer. Moving on to the next layer of the stack, at the foundation of this system is the need to secure the AI computation itself. Intel addresses this through trusted technologies like trusted execution environments, which create isolated hardware level enclaves where AI workloads can run. In simple terms, this is like placing AI inside a locked glass box. No one can open it, inspect it, or alter what is happening inside, not even the operator of the machine. This ensures that the data, the model, and the execution process cannot be tampered with during runtime. However, while this guarantees security, it still requires trust. Trust in Intel. The system may be secure, but there is no independent proof of what occurred inside that environment. And that's where we move on to the next layer. This is where the next layer truly becomes critical. Even the most secure AI needs a trusted place to run, and that is where Dell's enterprise infrastructure comes in. Dell provides the physical environment, servers, private clouds, and on premise systems where these secure computations actually take place. Instead of relying on public cloud infrastructure, organizations can run AI locally within their own controlled environments. For example, a government processing sensitive citizen data cannot afford to expose that data to external systems or unknown jurisdictions. Dell's infrastructure ensures that AI is not only secure in how it runs, but also secure in where it runs. Yet even at this stage, the system still relies on trust. The environment is controlled, but the outcomes are not yet provable. So, moving on to layer 3. This is where the real shift occurs with the introduction of EQTY Labs concept of verifiable compute. Rather than asking users to trust that the AI behaved correctly, EQTY Lab generates a cryptographic proof of every step the AI takes. Each execution produces a kind of digital fingerprint capturing what data was used, which model version was run, and how the computation unfolded. A simple way to understand this is to think of it as a receipt for every AI decision, not a normal receipt. This is a receipt that cannot be forged or altered without detection. For the first time, AI outputs can be independently verified rather than just blindly trusted. However, even this innovation introduces a new challenge. Where should this proof be stored so that it cannot be changed or deleted? And that's where we move on to the next layer, layer 4, if you would. This is where Hedera Hashgraph becomes essential. Hedera acts as the immutable audit layer for the entire system. Using its consensus service, it records these cryptographic proofs in a way that is time-stamped, decentralized, and tamper-proof. Importantly, Hedera does not store the sensitive data or the AI model itself. Instead, it stores only the proof that the process was executed correctly. This allows for a powerful balance between privacy and transparency. The underlying data remains secure and private, while the proof of correctness is publicly verifiable. In practical terms, Hedera functions like a notary for AI decisions. Once a record is written, it cannot be altered, deleted, or rewritten. It is on the hash graph for good. Anyone with access to the proof can independently verify that the AI behaved as expected. At this stage, AI transitions from being something that is assumed to be correct to something that is provably correct, which is one of the major important aspects of this stack. Moving on, we have layer 5, if you would. The final layer of this system involves turning this architecture into something that can be deployed at scale. And this is where Accenture plays the role as the orchestrator. While the underlying technologies are powerful, they are also complex. Most governments and enterprises do not have the capability to integrate hardware, security, private infrastructure, verifiable compute, and decentralized ledgers into a single system. Luckily, Accenture bridges that gap. It designs governance frameworks, ensures compliance with regulations such as EU AI Act, and integrates all components into a usable solution. In doing so, it transforms this multi-layered architecture from a technical concept into real-world infrastructure that institutions can adopt. So, when these layers are combined, they create something entirely new. A chain of custody for artificial intelligence. Just as financial systems rely on audit trails and legal systems rely on verifiable evidence, AI systems are beginning to require the same level of accountability. In this model, Anthropic provides the intelligence, Intel secures the computation, Dell controls the environment, EQTY Lab generates proof, Hedera records that proof immutably, and Accenture deploys the system globally. Each layer builds on the previous one, transforming AI from a black box into an auditable system. So, moving on, getting into the bigger picture, um, the implications of this shift are significant. Without verifiability, AI systems are vulnerable to manipulation, data poisoning, and loss of trust. With it, they become auditable, transparent, and accountable without exposing sensitive information. This is particularly important for industries where trust is non negotiable, such as healthcare, finance, and government. In this emerging ecosystem, Hedera is not simply competing as another blockchain. Hedera is actually positioning itself as the neutral trust layer that anchors the entire system. While other components secure, run, and verify AI processes, Hedera ensures that the truth of these processes cannot be changed once recorded. As artificial intelligence continues to shape the future, it will not be enough for systems to be intelligent. They will need to be provably correct. And the convergence of Intel, Dell, EQTY Lab, Hedera, and Accenture suggests that the infrastructure to achieve that is already beginning to take. Again, this was Christopher with CNEN, your Crypto News Entertainment Network. Thanks for listening, everybody. I hope you enjoyed all of this. Please leave a comment with any questions, comments that you have, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.